Oh, let's go fishing, folks. The river's running real low because we hadn't had no rain in a month or more. And when it runs low in the fall, it clears up. It gets good fishing for me anyway. Less water, same number of fish. It is just enjoyable. And today the temperature is about 65 degrees, which makes going down there really nice. Feeder just went off, I think. Which reminds me, I gotta make a run up somewhere to get some more food. Well, anyway, stay tuned, man. This gonna be fun, and hopefully I won't die. But maybe I will. Hell, you never know. I've been alive 65 and a half years. That's pretty good. I hope to live a little more, but we'll see. A couple of deer out there in the field. Looks like two does. Let's see if that is what that is. There you go. Yeah, one doe and her little yearling. Yeah. Bucks are getting started. They might be out roaming around looking for love. Kind of doubt it. They shouldn't be super active yet. Almost full moon. I think the full moon's either tonight or tomorrow night. It was big last night. Cows around here somewhere. I'm going to try to drive my way back there. I'm going to try to drive all the way back. How much of a trail is it? Oh shit. Need to bring the shredder down here and cut us a real trail. There's the piggies. A whole bunch of them. Never to be seen again. So far so good. Look at the hood of my truck. Tells you how tall the weeds are. It's full of decent flies. Old 4-weight fly rod. Already been busted once. Fixed twice. Let's see if it'll work. A barred owl. Flew right in there. Say, hey, what's going on over here? How you start a fishing trip on the Navasota River with a... Wow, that is so cool. That happens so rarely. Woo, woo, woo. Say, what? You speaking my language? Woo, woo, woo. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Got a little crap on the front end. This tree fell over. I wonder if it wasn't a tornado that came ripping through here. Certainly knocked down a bunch of trees. Oh yeah. This looks good. This looks very nice. Minus the trees. We lose a lot of flies in here. We lose a lot of everything in here. But I got enough to keep me going today. That is just gorgeous. The clarity of the water is the big thing. Another tree that fell over. That camera's been watching this bank, and I got one up here watching it the other way. Lots of action on this bank. Always. A lot of the animals come down here to get a drink of water. I'm sure we've got coons. Got something that rubbed its belly coming up. Probably otters. Otters aren't real good for the fishing, but you know, it's their river, not mine. Oh yeah, that's what that is. That's otters and beavers coming up on this bank. Yep, and there's their tracks. Those are otter tracks right there. He was here recently. Like early this morning. Well, that camera should have caught it, and that camera should have caught it. Some of the activity anyway. Well, let's get to fishing. Let's see if they want a breminator. Normally I'd do top water, but I'm going to do this because that's what I had on. That kind of stinks. They peep and they're otters are like a cat. They will bury their poop. So if I looked up there enough, I could find the poop. But I can smell it. A lot of pig activity right here. Well, I tell you what, I may end up with the amount of timber in here. I'm not going to get this breminator through here very many times. I may have to go on the surface. Just had my first fish on. Just missed my first fish. I have no idea. I didn't see anything, but it was just pulling back. Had it on for just a second. Doesn't look too bad. Let's crawl through this crap. Just hope you don't meet up with something unfriendly, because it's going to be face to face if it is. Such fun. Wasn't too bad. No unfriendlies. I kind of think I ought to be throwing something big and gaudy. You can see where them otters or beavers, you can see the tracks they make. They rub the belly. See their tracks though. Yeah, that's going to be an otter. Yeah, there they are. There's the tracks. Ooh. What is that? That must be pig tracks. I'll probably see the otters if I keep my eyes open. Ah, there's my first volunteer. Nice little spot, I'll bet. Jumped all over that frog fly. Oh, that looks like a largemouth. I believe that. No, that's either a cross. Oh, come on now, hold still. Quit fighting. Nope. Nice little spotted bass. Nice little one. About 13 inches, I guess. A pounder. Boy, he hammered that fly. Good sign. I might catch a few more like this on the froggy fly. Hook pops right out. Goodbye, dude. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being the first fish of the fall out of my Navasota River. Big old sloppy roll cast is all it takes. I just had another bass. Take a look at it. He decided it wasn't something to eat, I guess. Surprisingly, they're not hanging on the bank. They're just out here in the middle. Probably those otters making it difficult for these fish. Oh, do it again, fish. Do it again. Probably should be using a popper dropper, but I really love a frog fly. Every once in a while I see a shadow underneath this thing. Underneath my fly. That river's got good flow. Ooh, I saw something come up. This river's got really good flow to it. Oh, little fishies. Well, there have been times I've come down here and the fishing was really good for bass. They were really active. Lots of fancy casting in an area like this. It's required. You ain't got no choice. You gotta do sidearm, steeple cast, roll cast, a lot of roll cast. Slappy casts. Get that distance you want. It's a whole lot easier to use conventional gear. Probably more productive too. Throw a rooster tail through here. Small strike king. Any sort of inline spinner or small spinner bait, and that fish in here will just tear it up. That's what it really ought to be doing. But I like to fly. More of a challenge. Log in the water. Let's see what might be hanging out near this thing. This has been a good stretch. I saw one of them. Well, I saw the biggest alligator snapping turtle. I saw his head anyway. And if the rest of his body was as big as his head, that was a big turtle. Oh, there he is. Ha! The log trick got him. That's what I expected. That log in that water, that's one of the best places over deep water. These fish will hang out in there. Another little spot. I noticed with spotted bass, when they get out of the water, they hold their mouth open. Oh! Oh, look at there. Quick release. He released himself. There's my frog fly. Perfect, too. I like it when the fish do not hesitate on dinner. Let me check my fly. Kind of doing some goofy stuff. Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of confusion. Tied that one early this week. Actually, I tied that on Saturday at the Real Recovery event. I didn't have all the stuff I needed, so I just used magic markers and fingernail polish to make the eyeballs anyway, and the rest of the body. But that's a good fly. Dang it. There was a second one in there. I got my line all messed up and everything. Here we go. Let's see if there's a third one. I had that fish on for a little while, but I totally messed up my line. I was totally out of position. Lost my grip. He hit it when it first hit the water. Boy, these old spotted bass, boy, they don't waste any time. They don't come up and just look at it, you know. They come flying up out of that deep water. They're saying, oh shit, I got to get to that before my buddies do. You can bet that if I catch one of these things that's in the 2-pound range, that's a record fish. These fish do not get very big. Dang it. Should have had the camera running. I should have tied a couple more flies. I gave all my flies away at Real Recovery. I opened up my box and gave them all but a few of them away. That's all right. I can make more. Hell, what I do most often is I'll make a fly. Sit down and make a fly, make a couple flies, throw them in the box, go test them out. Then I'll go back to the bench, make a couple more, and test them out. I should have added a couple of spinnerbait skirts to the back of this one. See that log up there? That's going to be another hot spot. It's a good stretch. It's nice if I can drive back here. I don't have very far to go to get to the pretty good fishing. Now let's move up a little. Damn it, I need to tie my flies on better. Make better leaders. I just lost my fly to a fish. Dang it. All right, let's see what else I got in my box. All right, there's a new bigger fly. This is on probably a number 4. This is also one of my flies with a pop bottle front. Isn't that a pretty fly? He's got the right kind of eye. He got big eyes, got that flat face. This is a true popper. A little bit of deer hair, a little bit of bucktail, hackle feather, a little bit of spinner bait skirt, some nice red eyeballs. Let's see. It's probably just as good. It's a little bigger than the other one, size 4 hook. But it'll work. These bass are attacking this stuff, so it should work just as well. Now if I can just keep from losing it. This particular leader setup, doubled up 6-pound test all the way to the fly, so less likely I'll have a knot failure. Oh, had one. There's fish on that far bank. He's still chasing it. Little, must be tiny. It is. It's a sunfish, I think. Get him on, use him for bait. Now if I can just get my old fly back, if it comes loose from that fish, it'll float. So I just gotta look downstream. I might find it. It ought to show up pretty good. That yellow color. Chances of getting it back are pretty slim, but it's not impossible. There's some fish in here. That sounded close. Ooh. Come on, fish. Do it again. Watch me catch that fish that has my fly in his face. That would be awesome. I really gotta keep my peripheral vision going. This next section is just choked up with logs. Didn't used to be. Man, it is now. Perfect cast, right on the edge. Those bass, they will hide underneath those logs. Still haven't seen a gar, which is unusual because this river's full of gar. I haven't seen any carp either. That's kind of strange. Buffalo and carp. A lot of buffalo in here. Oh, there he was. There he was. He's messing with it. Ooh, oh, he missed it. That's a little one. Come on, fish. Oh, there he is again. Bigger hook might mean bigger fish and less little fish. It's a size 4, I think. Oh, look at that. He's chasing it all the way up there. That may be a number 2. It's got a good point on it. Cheap old eagle claw, probably. May not even be an eagle claw. Maybe just a Walmart knockoff. I'll use damn near anything. There he is. Ooh, that was a little bigger. That might have actually been a catfish. That is a catfish. I just saw him come right up to it. That's a catfish. All right, a catfish on a popper. How about that? Let's see if they do it again. That catfish, there he is again. I need to put a stinger hook on it. Tie a fly on the back of it, a small one. Well, I wonder if that fish that took my fly was a... Ooh, that one took it down. I wonder if that fish that took my fly was a catfish. I didn't get a look at it. Didn't hit like a catfish, hit like a bass. Ooh, there's one up close. This is so fun. Oh, there he is, catfish. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Oh, he had it for a second. These are catfish. Oh, I had him on for a second again. I'm fixing to add a dropper. I'm going to put that briminator back on here. Just a short distance behind that fly. Little catfish will hit that briminator. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that briminator behind this thing. So folks, a popper and a dropper. A dropper's about 10 inches. 10 inches or so below that popper. You watch, I'll start catching these fish, especially these catfish. They'll hear that and they'll come up and they'll see this, and that looks like something they're going to eat all the time. Let's see if my theory is correct. I'm almost willing to put money on it that it does. That it is correct. Oh, missed him. That was a catfish that just hit that. Now, the disadvantage is I'm likely to get stuck by a catfish. Oh, look. Oh, something took it down. Ooh, took it down again. Sunfish and catfish, they'll all get this thing. And bass too, but this is primarily done for the smaller fish. They'll investigate that thing. That dropper fly is just deep enough I can't see it. But this acts like a bobber. And there you go. I believe that is a long ear. These are super duper colorful fish. Alright. This is where I'm really set up to catch fish. I keep dragging it down. That's a super light fly. Even that little teeny tiny bit of weight is pulling that popper down. I could do this without that popper and just use one of my bobbers I got, strike indicator. That's another very good method. The bobber makes just enough noise to get their attention. Oh, I see a little fish. And I mean little. Probably should have left that one on there and chunked him out a few times. Find out where the big fish are. Catch me a big gar. Lose everything. If I come down here for gar, I switch to a leader that's made out of braid. And there will be no mono. And it's a rig that's very specific for gar, because nothing else is going to tolerate that dark line coming at them. Whoa, that's a bass. Oh, let's see. Is it the one that has my fly in his mouth? Let me see. Did I get my fly back? No. Oh, such fun. God dang. And one thing about these spotted bass, the little ones, when you grab that lower jaw, it does not paralyze them. Dude, thanks for coming. Stick with it. That's the deal, I guess. So that probably was a bass that stole my fly. Actually, my line broke. It wasn't his fault at all. This line won't break. So says the man. Boy, if you were a cat fisherman, you'd been down here, you'd focus on those catfish, you'd catch all you want. Every once in a while, you catch a good one. Of course, if you go to the deeper sections, fish those deeper sections. But man, a lot of times when I put my feed, chum the water in some kind of way, man, they'll come up. It's cool. Some of these pools are just set for it, like this right here. You got that rapid running water. You just put that bag floating in that water and it's going back and forth and leaking all that good juice. It'll bring them up. They'll come up. They'll look for that. They can smell it and they'll come up and look for it. Mosquitoes are biting. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was another little bass. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is so fun. Look at those boat bugs. Look how they move, man. That's cool. Probably made a little too much noise getting down here. But this hole's pretty deep. See if we can't wake something up in here. I should start seeing, oh, look at this. Look at that catfish. Come on, kitty, kitty. I bet something was chasing that catfish. Once again, let it sit long enough and something will pick it up. That's fighting like a catfish. Because it is a catfish. Nice catfish. Look at that. Come on up on the bank, fishy, fishy. Oh, that is a real nice catfish. How about that, man? Let's see if we can get a hold of this fish without getting stuck. That is a good fish. A 2-pounder, maybe 3. Get that, there you go. Look at that, he took that dropper. That fly was just sitting out there, and I was trying to navigate through this stuff, and it took off, and there's a fish. A nice one. That's a dinner fish, isn't it? Not today. Took that briminator. That's kind of what I expected, and chances are I'm just moving this thing way too fast for catfish, because they're gonna investigate, and they're just cruising just below the surface, looking for stuff on the surface. Actually looking for something to eat, period. There we go. All right, catfish. You get to go back. Aren't you glad you didn't end up as dinner? I bet you are. Yeah, if I slow it down and just let it sit out there, eventually something cruises by and picks it up. Something big. And there's much bigger fish in this river. And then it don't look like much now. Boy, it'll get up and rolling. Gets all muddy. I don't like that. I don't like fishing muddy water. I've done this so many times, and you'd think I'd know it by heart, but I really don't. It's really hard to keep your direction straight in here. Here's the slough. That's what I'm looking for. It ought to be dry. You know, it's really, I haven't gone that far up the river. Maybe a quarter mile at most. These sloughs are really easy to walk through. And if I hit it right and I figure out where I am, before too long I'll be right back where I need to be. You can bet that's a mosquito pit. Pigs like it in here. They get coated in mud. Knock the bugs down. There's a very old shed. Nothing left to it. A little fish. Is that a large? No, that's another little spot. I thought it was a largemouth to start out with. See how they open their mouth like that? That's a spotted bass. I don't know if that's a characteristic of a smallmouth where they just hold that mouth completely open. Nice little fish. I'd like to fish a little more, except it's getting warm and I got a job to do. So, let's get the heck out of here, go get something to eat, and then go to work. Come back when it's hot to see if the gar are rolling. If the gar are rolling, then they get real fun to catch. Bring a heavy fly rod with the right equipment and you can have a ball.